If you want to be more successful, decisive, influential, then you need an architecture to build a critical masculine quality called presence, aura, attractiveness, magnetism. And it is my estimation that 90% or so of all of the books and videos on this topic have either missed the mark or are doing you a disservice by treating this as either a sales pitch or as performance art. It's all about the clothes that you wear, your grooming routine, your fitness. All of these things are packaging. And if you put the packaging around an empty box, then it all collapses with the slightest bit of pressure. Just like that scene in The Office where Dwight dumps his briefcase onto his Christmas-wrapped desk. The reality is that if your presence is a matter of performance, then you will actually repel the people and opportunities that you want the most. And the magnetism, the aura that you feel from certain people is developed, not practiced. And in this video, I will outline an architecture that you can use today to start cultivating real aura for yourself. Hi, welcome to The States of Men. My name is Josh. I'm on a mission to help men become healthier, wealthier, and wiser, and become gentlemen, and if you so choose, a statesman. At the foundation of this architecture is substance, and being substantive provides the structural integrity for the rest of this discussion. A man of substance takes time to work on his virtue and his character. And as Aristotle describes, that character and virtue are matters of habit. That means they are actions. So what actions can a man take to work on his character and his virtue? As I see it, he has three actions he can take. One, how is he spending his time? Two, who is he spending his time with? And three, what decisions and actions is he taking? If he's wasting time, spending time with destructive people, and the decisions he's making are impulsive or irrational, that is the holy trinity of self-destruction. He should be using his time wisely. He should spend time with people who are interested in building up their own lives as well as others, and he should be making decisions that are not impulsive, that are rational and considered. The second layer here is reciprocity. A man with presence is going to focus his attention on any given exchange with someone. He will give them their full time, attention, and energy. And if that is not consistently reciprocated, then he will start to remove that person from his orbit, or even remove an entire organization from his orbit. Now, it doesn't mean that every exchange has to be transactional in this way. We all have bad days, but it's a matter of consistency. Is this person consistently not reciprocating the same level of time and attention and focus, energy? Then that indicates to me that this person doesn't actually care. And this is something we can apply today. How many people in our lives are not reciprocating the same level of attention and focus when we're having an exchange? Are they looking at their phone and things? Well, maybe we need to either correct that behavior or remove that person. Similarly, how often are we not giving our full time, attention, and energy to someone in an exchange? The third layer in this architecture is calm despite the storm. A man with presence keeps composed even when things go wrong, especially when things go wrong, in fact. Because it'd be great if it was all good times all the time, but the reality is that there will be bad times. It's just a matter of when and to what degree. A man with presence understands that freaking out, overreacting here, is only going to make things worse. The fourth layer here is humor, which actually builds upon this calm under the storm. Often people who have the greatest composure despite the circumstances are also pretty funny, and sometimes in the moment when things are going wrong, and other times after the fact. They can be funny, but they can make fun of others and make fun of themselves and be made fun of. We take someone like Tony Robbins, for example, who has a great deal of presence, who is also a pretty funny guy. He's a very serious guy with a great deal of presence and is a man of consequence, and yet he can crack jokes. The same thing with President Trump, for example. He's a very funny guy, and the people who don't have the same level of composure as he does, the same level of understanding or calm within the storm as he does, they don't get the joke. And for them, it's really not funny. But for others, folks who get it, they find it hilarious. And the fact that he can crack a joke at that time only gives him greater credibility. The fifth layer on this architecture is being service-minded. And let's bring Tony Robbins back up here, is that he once said that the greatest masculine quality is working towards something greater than yourself. And that is the essence of being service-minded, that you're working toward something of real consequence, something that will impact everyone around you, impact the world, impact your community, impact your family. Which is exactly why I started this channel, and because I want to have an impact on young men's lives. I want to have an impact on something greater than myself. And one thing that you'll find with the highest status men is that they are heavily involved in many, many, many things, but you don't ever hear them advertising about it. They just quietly do it. And this is an opportunity for you to get involved somewhere. Maybe it's within your church group or something. Maybe it's within your local community, is to be involved, and to be involved just quietly for its own sake. The sixth layer here is the application of wisdom. And this is the substantive aspect made real. We talk so much nowadays about knowledge and data and expert this and expert that, but having a practical knowledge of first principles of human nature, and then being able to apply those in any given situation is real wisdom. We know that these things hold true because this is fundamentally how people are, fundamentally how the world is, and we can apply this practical wisdom, this practical knowledge, in order to achieve ends for the greatest good. Building upon this application of practical wisdom is knowing one's limitations and naming them, and not being ashamed to simply say, I don't know. The world has convinced us that saying I don't know is a bad thing, but the reality is not everyone can know everything. And a man with real presence, with real aura, will simply say, I don't know. I haven't given this particular topic, subject, enough consideration or enough thought to have a real informed opinion. Yet you will find all manner of people online who are clearly uninformed, and yet they have a very, very strong opinions about things. So you can be a step ahead of these people by simply standing back and say, I don't know. The eighth layer of our architecture is standing firm on principle. This means he is a man of integrity, a man of conviction. It does not mean that he will not change his mind when presented with new data. There's a difference between an opinion, an informed opinion, and a global truth, a universal truth. And a man with presence will stand firm on universal truths. And this is one of the reasons why the Western world is on such shaky ground at the moment. It's because for the past decade, so many men have either acted without principles or have given up their principles, have not stood firm upon certain universal truths. And at the very tip of our architecture is authenticity. And this can be a little fuzzy for some, but really what it comes down to is this. A man with presence knows who he is and doesn't need external validation. He is the same in private as he is in public. He holds the same standards in private as he does in public. And this is very important if you want to be a statesman, especially because right now we're going into election season. And we can see that there are already some folks who are espousing one thing on the campaign trail and yet acting another way in private. In fact, there's entire groups of people who are espousing one set of values and then practicing another. I know from personal experience that applying a fairly straightforward architecture like this can turn someone's life around 180 degrees. I've done it myself. And it's been more than a decade, and I'm more successful and more influential. I have greater opportunity, and I haven't always done it perfectly, and that's okay. It's about the journey, it's about the consistency, it's about trying to be better today than I was yesterday. Now, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, give it a share, subscribe, and if you'd like to see more, click here, thereabouts.